Hello, it's Jeannie. How are you? I'm glad you're here on my channel, and you all contribute to such amazing energy. And it's just this collective positiveness that I really, really appreciate. So thank you all. Today I am extra happy because I got something sent to me, and I love opening boxes and presents and things like that. Well, one of the subscribers in my video about favorite things, in talking about Earl Grey, suggested Betty's Tea House in York. Well, I have a friend, one of my best friends, who lives in York, England. And so I sent her a message and I said, hey, word on the street has it that if I'm in York, I'm supposed to go to Betty's tea shop. And so anyway, I asked her, if you go by there, would you please send me some Earl Grey? So she went that very day. That's a great friend. So anyway, yesterday I got this in the mail. From my friend Carol. And she said the people at Betty's were really excited about sending it to somebody in California. So I've already opened it. I broke into it. I couldn't resist. And I couldn't find the comment on who recommended this, but thank you for that. I looked and looked, but there were over 300 comments, and I couldn't find it. I'm sorry. I'd love to give you credit. So anyway, here's the box from England. Now look at this. Sorry. My friend sent me both Betty's in the individual tea bags. Can you see that? Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And loose leaf. Look at this. And on the back, they even wrote the date they packed this. Oh, I love things like this. I need scissors to open this. Oh, this smells so good. So when you guys recommend something to me, I do take it seriously. Someone else recommended some licorice, and I saw it when I was out at the store, and I grabbed it. started eating it before I even got home. And you know where it is? It's in my laundry room. Because nobody goes in my laundry room because they don't do laundry. Only I do laundry. So I'd like to do a licorice blind tasting, test and see which one I like the best. So I'm going to make some of this tea. Here is the sachets. Oh, they smell so good, the tea sachets. Now, the story behind my English friend, Carol, and I, when our kids were very young in grade school, 3rd grade, I think, they had just come over from England. And so one of her sons came home with my son. And I asked him if he wanted a cup of tea, little proper English boy. And he said, yes, please. So we had an instant hot water dispenser at our sink. And so I filled up a cup with the instant hot water, and I dug around in a drawer, and I found an old Lipton tea bag. And I gave him the 2 things. And I put them down in front of him, and he just looked aghast. Like, what are you giving me? And I talked to his mom later about that, and I thought, why did he, why was he so perplexed? And I, expressed that to her, and she laughed and laughed. So she taught me the pretty much proper way to make tea. So I've got my teapot here, just a cheap cost plus teapot. And it's been heated, preheated. So a spoon for me, sorry, and a spoon for the pot. And then water that was boiling, but that has come back down. Sorry, you can't see this. And that's about a cup and a half. So I'll let that steep for a minute or 2 or 3. Anyway, a couple of you, actually 3 or 4, have written to my email asking for my address, my mailing address. And I thought about it, and I thought, there are other ASMR artists who do give that out, and it is a P.O. box, and it isn't anywhere near where I live. I actually have to drive to go get it. And so I'll put that in my description if, that's what you want. If somebody wanted to send me a card or something, that's fine. Anyway, that's it. I'm very pleased with all the dialogue and some of the sharing you have done. And, some of the younger folks, golly, there's even a teenager who was saying I helped relax her. And looking for motherly advice or grandmotherly advice. So I may do a video on that at some point, as if I were talking to either a younger self, me, or someone else. Because clearly, I have all the answers by this time in my life. That's right, just ask me. Or ask my husband. He knows I have all the answers. Seriously, having raised a bunch of kids, and as a teenager, you know everything, right? More than your parents, typically. And then they get into their 20s and, late 20s, and then their 30s. And all our kids are in their 30s except for one who just turned 40. And they call home all the time and ask my opinion on things and my advice. And that really makes me happy, especially when they say, "Mom, you do have all the answers." And, some of the stories I could tell you, some of the hair-raising stories, there's some pretty funny ones when you've had teenagers. Anyway, they're very near and dear to me, very fond stories. So I'll share those with you sometime. Anyway, it's nice to hear my kids ask me for my thoughts. Sometimes when they call, they start telling me about a problem or a situation, and I'm very clear to ask, do you want me to weigh in on this, or do you just want me to listen? Because knowing that distinction helps me. Because if I start giving my opinion and my thoughts and my advice, and it isn't solicited, I'm met with resistance. No, Mom, no, I already did it. So it's like, okay, do you want my input? I'm very clear about that. And then they tell me, all right, so my cup has been preheated. It's already got a little bit of cream and a little bit of stevia, because I like things light and sweet. So, the tea strainer. Oh, the smell is just so fantastic. Okay, here goes. Oh, I don't know who Betty is, but Betty's Tea Shop tea, Earl Grey, is the bomb. Thank you for that recommendation. I really appreciate it. Oh, that is just delicious. I ordered another Earl Grey and just got this a couple days ago too. It's called Earl Grey Imperial. And so I have yet to try this. That's what happens when I don't turn my watch off. I'll do that right now, I swear. So anyway, this video was just a rambly blah, blah, blah. We're going away for a few days to celebrate one of our kids' birthdays with the whole family. And so I won't be here, and I just wanted to share this with you and touch bases with you again to just say thank you for all your kindness. Out of all of the hundreds of comments I've gotten, I've only gotten one weird one. Well, maybe a couple, but one that I had to delete. It was really rude. Anyway, can take that with a grain of salt. So I'm going to go finish my tea, and I am going to finish packing, and I will upload this video with as few edits as possible. And I hope the blah 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 nature of it does help you to relax, regardless of whether you like Earl Grey tea, regardless of whether you want any kind of advice as a young person. Maybe it's just my voice, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Thank you again. This is so good. Oh my goodness. Whoever recommended Betty's in York, please tell me. I want to thank you personally. Sorry I couldn't find your name. Anyway, I bid you all peace. I bid you adieu. And I will see you in the next video.